Hey everybody, Todd Cooperrider here with Esoteric. I want to talk a little bit today about pad cleaning. Now, if you followed us over the years, you know we talk about how important it is to make sure that your pads are super clean. The cleaner they are, the better they're going to work for you, the better your cut and your finish is going to be. But I've got a cool new tool that I want to talk about here. I'm going to talk about some of my likes. I'm going to talk about some of my dislikes. But first, let's talk about this pad cleaning. Here, we're going to be talking about the microfiber and the wool cutting pads in particular. Not so much on the foam ones. Foam ones, you can blow them off and you're getting stuff off the surface, but they kind of lose their density. It's better to just throw them in a laundry basket and grab a fresh one. Whereas on the microfibers or these wools, you can keep blowing them out and keep working down the car and they're still going to be super, super effective. Now, back in the old days when we first started doing these, we'd set up in the shop, we'd grab something like this, blow them out while they're on the machine. It would do a great job, but we would just have dust everywhere. And then we kind of stopped doing it that way because we've got finished cars in the shop. You've got a Singer back there in the background. You don't want to get it covered. And we started doing paint protection film and window tint. You can't be blowing these out in the same shop environment as you're doing that because you're going to get debris everywhere. So your choices are either A, go through a ton of pads, or B, go through a ton of pads. This is something a little bit new. So what this is, Rupes came out with this tool here. I said we've got very cool tools like this that we use every day in the shop for interiors and all. These are super effective. And that's basically what you get here. Same kind of effect with it. But what this does, this has another attachment up here. You can attach your vacuum cleaner to it. So, like you do with sanding and stuff, as you're going, the vacuum is going to pull it out so you don't get stuff all over the place. With this, it's kind of cool. Comes with 4 different size connectors. So regardless of what kind of hose you have on your vacuum cleaner, chances are it's going to fit. So your vacuum cleaner hose fits right into here, and this just slides right on to the end of it. You can adjust. Let's see here. Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty, right? You can adjust the angle of it, and once you find the place you want, you kind of lock that down. Up here is your trigger for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this, and I'm going to show you just how effective it is. And it's effective both on pads that we're in the process of using. Let's say we do a panel. We want to clean it before we go to the next panel. Or here's another thing that I was talking to the team yesterday about. We have pads that have been cleaned, meaning, water, scrubbing, air dried, everything else. But 2 things about it. You notice that they're all matted down. And if I go in, even before I use it, and hit this with air, there's going to be a bunch of dust that comes out of it. So a cool thing to do would be to take, if you're going to be working on the whole car, you grab about 6 of these, you pre-clean them beforehand so that they're completely clean, dust-free, nice and fluffy. They're going to work a little bit better for you. But first, let me show you how the whole thing works. I'm going to hook up my air line. Then I'm going to hook up my vacuum hose. Funny little story about the vacuum hose. So yesterday, I was going through this with the team here, and I took it off. We were doing some other stuff, and I went to do it again to show them how to do something. I forgot to hook the hose back up. I reached down, I turned the vacuum on, thinking it was working, and as I was working it, since this is sitting on the surface, the air has to go somewhere. Where does the air go? It goes right back out, and I just had stuff go all over me. So don't make a super bonehead mistake. Make sure that you got your vacuum attached to it because it does make a difference. Okay, so I'll turn this on. You can see super quick how clean this is. I didn't leave a bunch of stuff in the air. And you notice I did it on the machine too. Why is that? I tried one of these yesterday, just holding it like this, and either coming through the hole or out the edge because you're overlapping a little bit. That sends out a really strong stream of air. It didn't feel really good. So I decided to just keep them on the machine. I can still quickly bounce through them. But, you know, if I go then here to wool pad, new Rupes blue wool pad, love these by the way, that's got a bit of compound. We can just see just how quickly we can get that cleaned up. So it cleaned it up super quick without making a huge mess. And once again, take this off and I'll take a new one. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm just going to show you, without this tool, I'm going to show you just how much dust can come out of one that's been cleaned. That's a lot of dust, and that's something that has been thoroughly clean. If you look at it now, this is how it's going to look if I use the Rupes tool too, but you know, it's completely, grab this one here. It's completely, you know, fluffed up by comparison. I know that it's cleaner, and I know that in case some tiny little particle got in here, now it's been removed from it. So really cool tool, very effective. It's going to help keep your shop a little bit cleaner. Okay, I want to talk about some of the things that I didn't like completely on it. I pulled this out of the package the other day when it came in, started looking at it. For one, it didn't come with a fitting down here. Quick disconnect for the airline, had to go out and buy one. Not really a big deal. I know there's a lot of different sizes, but that would have been a nice touch. Another thing about the ergonomics, you know, if I take this, you know, the way it comes, first thing you notice, you can't get your thumb underneath here to activate it. And this right here kind of gets in the way of your hand, and it kind of hurts. So you have to put it to the side, which isn't necessarily a natural way of holding it, but you have to do that because that's the only way that you're going to be able to access the trigger. And you kind of have to, you know, put your finger around it down here. Otherwise it rides pretty heavy up against your finger. A couple small little things about it. It's still incredibly effective. We're still going to use it here in the shop every single day, but just something for you to be aware of. Once you get it, you know, you're going to get all of what you see here minus this. And like I said, you're going to get 4 of these depending on the size of your hose. Well, like I said, that is the Rupes tool. It's really fantastic. It's going to make a big difference in your shop. It's going to make you a lot more effective with your pad cleaning, and it's going to keep the dust level down so that you're not getting it all over your Singer or your G63 that's sitting here that's almost completely finished, that if I start spraying stuff all over, the guys are going to give me a really hard time. Well, any more questions, let us know. The products are available at esotericcarcare.com. And as always, we appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Esoteric channel. Thanks. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.